SportsCast with Jeremy Buckelew is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Hey folks, good evening and welcome to another episode of SportsCast. I'm your host, Jeremy Buckelew. Glad to have you with us back again this Sunday evening. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. We've got some on the panel today that we're going to talk to talk a little bit of Henry County fall ball and also about the flag football league that's coming. But first, I do want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, because without them, as you know, we wouldn't be able to bring you SportsCast each and every week. And so thank you to TEC. They outfit the entire studio with their high-speed fiber optic internet. We appreciate them very much. A lot goes on in the back for the production of both my show and the Mike Weatherford show here at the Brewer Street Mafia Studios. And without internet, obviously, we wouldn't be able to bring it to you. And so I want to say thank you to TEC for providing us internet here in the studio. Also want to say thank you to the Peddler Advantage. Remember, if you have a classified ad that needs to be placed, the best place to do that is the Peddler Advantage. They are located at 105 South Market Street in Paris. You can call them at 644-9595. They are circulated in over 9 counties and have been for 40 years. And so, like I said, if you've got a classified that you need placed, or if you're looking for something, grab you a copy of the Peddler Advantage, and it's got all kinds of goodies in there. They also have the My Paris TV lineup each and every week, which is the Mike Weatherford Show, the Tennessee Informer, and of course our show, where you can see what's up and coming on those programs, and we appreciate them for doing that for us each and every week. Also want to say thank you to Eaton Construction and True Green Northwest Tennessee, Victory Lane Quick Lube, that's on Tyson Avenue, Peppers Automotive Group, and the Paris Volleyball Club for bringing you SportsCast each and every week. As I said, without the sponsors, wouldn't be able to do it. And so extremely grateful for them. I appreciate all they do for us. And yeah, just if you're out and about and you see those guys, be sure to tell them thank you as well for being able to bring SportsCast to you each and every week. As I said, got a great show tonight on a Father's Day Sunday for you. Got Coach Christopher Kirby in studio with us and some other guests. But Coach, welcome back. Not your first time here. You're no stranger to our studio and did a great job last year. So I thought, let's get back on this year and have another conversation about Henry County Fall Ball, which will be here before you know it. But welcome back. Glad you could make it here tonight.
Thanks, sir, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. Hope you had a good one as well. And you got some guests here with you. So just go on around the table and introduce our folks here tonight, and then we'll get into it.
Well, I'd like to introduce across from me is Dwayne Barnett. He is coached ball. He's been assisted both basketball and baseball. And now we have his son, Knox Barnett, who Henry County All-Star. And now we have Josh Biggers, right, co-owner of All Temp. He's one of our sponsors, future sponsors, and previous sponsors.
Nice.
So,
you know, just as important, like without that community support, this kind of hard to put together and get going on.
For sure.
So, Dwayne, tell us a little bit about yourself real quick, just brief. And
From Henry County, graduated in 1996, just a parent coach, no formal training, just got into athletics to help Knox move along the ranks and just try to stay involved and get him involved in every sport I can.
Sure. I know I loved coaching my kids when they were growing up and were playing sports, and probably was a little harder on them sometimes than what they wanted me to be. But I'd like to think that it made them better. But I'm sure no different for you and what you enjoy coaching.
I'm his number one critic for sure.
Yeah. So, Knox, how are you?
Good.
What grade you in?
5th grade.
5th grade. So you're going into 6th, right? So be at Inman next year. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Did your microphone go out? I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. It's back. Okay, go ahead. So going into 6th grade, we'll be at Inman. Who's your girlfriend? I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that. I'm just kidding. I told him I wasn't going to ask him any hard questions. It's probably the hardest one I could ask.
Girls are bad. Girls are bad.
Yeah, they take up just too much time right now at this age, right? So you got to
focused
focus.
on All-Stars.
I was going to say you got to focus.
Right now.
That's
It's
exactly
All-Stars.
right. That's exactly right. Knox, glad to have you with us. What's your favorite thing about baseball? What position you play?
I usually play first
Okay.
or shortstop,
Okay.
and sometimes pitcher.
All right. Which one of those is your favorite?
First, for sure.
Why is that? Do you have a reason that first base is your favorite, or?
I just like the way, I'm good at catching.
Okay.
And
Very important over at first base.
For sure.
You like pitching too. You
Yeah.
love pitching.
I mean, I'm okay at pitching, but I'm better at first base.
I hear you. See, I used to love pitching too. A lot of pressure on the pitcher out there, right? Everybody's watching you. You got to throw strikes. If you're not throwing strikes, like, come on, and I get it. I played everywhere. I'm sure that you probably do the same wherever you're needed to where you go. But I always enjoyed playing catcher. You know why I enjoyed being the catcher? Because you got to put all the equipment on. I don't know why that was a big deal to me, but I forced my way into being a catcher in Little League because at practice I would just go put the leg guards on and just walk around. And the coach kind of took notice, like, so you want to be a catcher? I was like, I think I do. And so, yeah, very important over at first base. Got to be able to catch the ball. Plus, I would think too, fun at first base because you're probably involved in a lot of plays. Like there's a lot of positions out there that, you just got to kind of wait for the ball to be hit to you, but that's not the case at first base. You're almost, if it's an infield grounder or something like that, you're going to be involved in the play most times, right? So
Yes.
yeah. Knox, glad to have you with us. Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself. And
So, born and bred in Henry County, lived here my entire life. Me and Kirby got to know each other in church league softball years and years ago, and that friendship grew. And just always asked to be involved in sponsorship of things. I've got a 2-year-old now, so maybe if I can get you to coach that long, we'll be around that long. So
I'm trying.
sounds like in about, 3 or 4 years, we'll see Coach Biggers out there on the T-ball field.
oof, I don't know about all that. We'll see.
It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I enjoyed it, and I know Dwayne does too. But you take a lot of bat shots when they first start playing, right? Because they're learning how to hit the ball and drop the bat rather than just swing it 90 miles an hour backwards at you. You probably are familiar with that as well, right?
Yeah,
Because
we
I
have
remember
to try
seeing you
not-
out there.
Try to teach him not to do that. Because
Right.
that was happening a lot in rookie spring this year.
Yeah.
Kids were instead of holding the bat with two hands and then dropping it, they're just slinging it,
Yeah.
and it's like, holy cow. So.
Just running for your life back there sometimes behind
Well,
the plate.
that catcher
right?
needs that equipment, especially if, with that bat coming at you.
Right. Coach, we start the show the same way each and every week. Tell me something good you saw this week.
Well, I would have to say, first of all, I woke up today, had a beautiful woman by my side. My girlfriend's been my support
Yep.
through all this. And then, I got to eat breakfast with my son and my dad.
Nice.
And dealing with all of his health issues. And then got to do a little work out there in the carport and everything else I need to get done that I haven't had to get done. I mean, I haven't had the time to get done
Sure.
in a while. So I made the time today. I guess it was Father's Day, so I could use that excuse. I've got something to do.
Yeah.
So, and then, I was looking forward to this and then hanging out with these guys
Yeah.
and talking about all this, and hanging out with you.
Nice. Glad to have you with us again. Dwayne, best thing you saw this week or some good news for the week?
Well, I'm going to have a 2-part answer.
Okay.
First thing, coaching the All-Stars this week, they lost the first game, and then they battled back all week. We played all week, played 2 games yesterday. We may talk about that later, but watching him and watching my team play hard, and then wake up this morning and serve at church. I do sound at church at TVCC, and watching my daughter sing on stage just for Father's Day is that's special.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
that's
Knox, what's some good you saw this week, bud?
We played really hard in our tournament.
Okay.
I just think if we would have tried our hardest that first game, then maybe we would have come back.
Okay.
and beat all the other teams.
Sometimes it takes a little while to get going, right? So we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit and find out more about how your week went as far as all-star games and what that's looking like moving forward. Josh, best thing you saw this week?
So I had a nice, relaxing week of friends and family all the way around. I got to travel this week to North Carolina to see one of my best friends, who's best man in our wedding,
nice.
To golf a little bit, and then yesterday got to take my kid to go see Toy Story 5 at the drive-in. Yeah. So Toy Story's big in our household right now, and then finished it up with my wife and my child and my dad at church today. Nice. So at TBCC. So that was 3 generations of men there at our church. Was
awesome.
Really cool.
That's awesome. How'd the golf round go?
79 at Tobacco Road. The other golf courses I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
We won't talk about those, but I will always have a 79 at Tobacco Road.
Broke 80. It's all, so you must be a pretty good golfer.
Every once in a while. 1 out of 5 ain't bad.
I get it. Mine is very similar. Like I had a great week. Show last week was a lot of fun with the kids on and talking World Cup and all that, and been watching the World Cup all week. And then had just a really relaxing weekend. Didn't do just a whole lot yesterday, but today, this morning, got up, went to church, and had a great service at Maplewood, and then went to eat lunch with the family, and then worked out in the garage putting a mini split out in the man cave that has needed to be out there for a long time because it's about 1,000 degrees out there in the summer and the kids can't use it. And so me and a buddy were working on that before I had to be here. And so I had, like I said, a good week, good service this morning at Maplewood. It's always exciting. And that's my something good for this week. So
awesome.
Yep. Henry County Fall Ball, second year.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what we should look forward to. Just talk about it a little bit, what the plan is, and how'd last season go?
I think last season was very successful for the way it started because I waited so late to pull the trigger.
Okay.
And I achieved the goal that I wanted to achieve with 4 teams in each league. I felt like that was doable. It was kind of scary at first, sure. But the numbers were really good, but I had to alter some just simply because to make sure I had 4 teams in each league. Otherwise, it would have probably been 5 teams and 3 teams. So, but, I mean, I made it work.
Yeah.
And I think from what I've heard, I mean, everybody was pretty happy with the way everything. We didn't have no craziness going on.
Good.
We had great coaches like Dwayne and other coaches out there. And, I just told them what the expectation was for
sure.
this league. There's no all-stars. There's no trophies. There's no first place, last place. This is a progression to get them ready for the continued season or age group they're in, or the next season, right. that they're going to. So we want to prepare them.
And I know you kind of talked about that last year when you came on, that the goal of the Fall Ball League, same last year, same it'll be this year, is not to just go out there and just see who is just, like I said, the best of the best, but it's to get better so that when that spring ball comes around and you have all-stars and stuff like that, you're not a year off basically and can go in and be somewhat fresh come the spring league and use that fall league as a building ground for what you've already got going in the spring. And it just feeds off of each other kind of.
For sure. We had so in the rookie league last year, we had already picked teams, and I didn't have a 4th coach at the time. And so, unfortunately, that was kind of like the last team that was put together. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of just whoever was left. So one of the coaches, he was a preacher. He stepped in and helped. His wife kind of pushed him into it. And, they weren't very successful in the very beginning. I don't know exactly why, but it was watching the progression that they were a really good team at the end of the season, and they beat one of the better teams. And it was like, this is the reason why I do this. This is the reason why I push for this. It's because no matter, it's just progression. It's getting better. It's learning how to be able to throw the ball correctly or, field the ball correctly or whatever. And so his tremendous work and effort proved that, hey, this is the reason why we're doing this, to get these kids ready, to get them better.
Dwayne is one of the coaches from last year. I know we kind of hit on it, but did you see that carry over into spring ball this past season, I guess, as the kids who had participated in fall ball and how well it equipped them to just keep on going in the spring?
So the biggest step that a young athlete will take is from coach pitch to kid pitch, because you go from a coach that wants you to hit the ball to a kid that's trying to get you out. And so you have a 6-month head start, basically, if you play fall ball, to see the kids pitching at you, see the increased speed, see the wild pitches, get hit with a pitch, get used to all of that. And that's a huge factor in getting them ready and more acclimated. And we definitely saw the results. And I know I can go into the all-star team and how many, all but one of my kids either played fall ball or travel ball, all but one.
Yeah.
So what's that tell you? That these game conditions, practices, obviously practice matters, but I think game speed and game time plays help these kids so much. So,
well, I think you're right. And you said something that piqued my interest there, is that the difference from coach pitch to kid pitch is like a Grand Canyon sized gap
It's
that
baseball.
you have to like really adjust quickly.
Yeah,
Right,
for coach pitch, I mean, our goal is just to get it over the plate for the kid to hit it.
Tell them to swing the bat.
That's how we build their confidence.
Right.
We're trying to help them be successful up there, build that confidence, and know that, hey, I can do this.
Sure.
But then when you go to kid pitch, like I said, you're dealing with a lot of more velocity. As opposed to, a coach, he's just trying to get over the plate. Yeah, I mean, and granted, in kid pitch, you're trying to get over the plate too, but it's coming with a lot of velocity and a lot of effort. And, he don't want you to hit the ball. So he's going to, try to, do whatever he can to do what he's coached to do. And, like I said, that, this happening, it gives them a heads up, basically.
So what approach do y'all take to bridge that gap? Just in the fall ball league and moving into spring, like how do you prepare a kid that's going from one to the other? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, you just kind of work with them in different skills. It's just basically hand-eye coordination of anything. And then, like I said, you could speed up the pitch as a coach and, pitch a little faster. But like I said, once they get acclimated to that ball coming faster, then you throw into the kids pitching, and then them learning, hey, that's a strike, or, I need to dodge the ball or whatever.
Sure.
So, I mean, there's a lot of different skills that you can do that to help, but, I mean, it's more or less just throwing a kid in there and letting him pitch at you, and, you're playing dodgeball, and either you swing and hit the ball, or you get hit, or you walk.
I think it's more about confidence, about getting the kids in there to stand in the box and not – because they already think the kid's going to hit them. That's what they're thinking in their mind.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
Dig in, be confident, turn your shoulder if it's coming in, get hit where it doesn't hurt so bad, but just confidence and repetition, and just swing the bat like we've taught you. So
I had a coach one time. I was pitching in practice, and had a batter kept jumping out of the box, because you're right, they're expecting to get hit, and he walked out to the mound. And he said, "Hit him," and I was like, "What?" And he said, "Hit him," because he's trying to show him that even if you do get hit, it may hurt for a second, but eventually it's going to, it'll wear off. But that was just that piqued my, like I said, it stood out to me when it happened. But
it needs to happen.
Well, and it. So, I mean, Knox could probably tell us, but I mean, it's just a different world when you're having to try to, when, ball comes out of the pitcher's hand, you're right, and you're trying to decide, am I going to swing at it? Is that a ball? Is it a strike? Sometimes I make up to mind or swing before recognizing if it's a ball or strike. That happens a lot, I'm sure, but it's all a learning process. And like I said, the more you do it, the quicker you learn it, and the more opportunities you have to do it, the quicker you're going to learn it, right?
For sure.
That's kind of y'all's philosophy on having this league. And
for sure. Well, also too, when I coach pitch, I mean, I won't say, I won't admit I had intentionally hit them.
I get it,
but I'd let players know, and I let the parents know, hey, if I hit your kid, it's not intentional. Because I'm not perfect. I'm human, you know,
Right.
but it's not going to hurt, and it's going to build their confidence. Oh, I took that, you know.
Sure.
You're going to far more get hurt by a ball coming at you from a bat than you are from my hand, for sure. And there's been kids that, you know, get a shiner, or, you know, get one hit against their chin or something, and then, you know, they cry for a second, and then you build their confidence up. You got this, big boy. Then after that, they shake it off, and same thing in the batter's box. Hey, when they get to that first base, like, hey, it's stealing time, or, you know, whatever they can do. Hey,
Right.
I need to score.
Right.
So, like you said, it's confidence. We build their confidence up in multiple ways, you know, however we talk to them and we show them, you know, and, you know, we just want to, because that's part of life, if anything.
Right.
So,
Knox, you a right-hander or left-hander?
Right hand.
Who's your favorite baseball player? Who do you try to like mirror your game after?
I don't really know. I don't really have one. I just try to do my best.
Well, that's a pretty good.
He likes
answer.
he likes Shohei.
Does he?
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't like Shohei is a once in a generation talent, and so if you're going to want to be like somebody, he's a pretty doggone good one to try to be like, because I don't know the next time we'll see somebody that can dominate from the plate and on the pitching mound in the same game for Major League Baseball.
right.
So
Never.
I don't think he's got the genetics to be like that. The height.
you never know. Hey, he may hit a growth spurt and be 6'5", 6'6" by the time.
It ain't happening. Hey, Knox, how many times you been hit this year?
Around at least 11 times.
Yeah.
You survived all of them. So,
And he's here to talk
and
about
here to
it.
talk about it. So,
So if anything, that should help all the kids out there. Hey, if he's been hit 11 times, I can do this.
Knox, I got a question. Is it more nerve wracking to stand in the plate, or is it more nerve wracking to stand on the mound as a pitcher? Because I would imagine the gap going from coach pitch to kid pitch as a pitcher is massive.
The plate more. But I'm still not that afraid of getting hit because it doesn't hurt.
We did not know Knox was going to pitch. It was just, and that's a lot of times these kids don't know.
Right.
You get up there and you practice everybody and you see what they're made of. And Knox has a mentality of nothing really gets to him. The moment doesn't get too big for him. He'll hit a kid, he'll strike a kid out, he'll give up a home run. He's going to throw strikes.
it's baseball.
Yep.
You know, it happens to all of them. So,
Well, when we tried fall ball last year, you know, he wasn't pitching, and then all of a sudden Dwayne and I were looking at each other like, we got to find some pitchers.
yeah.
We was like, who can pitch, and, you know, who wants to pitch, or who can try to pitch, and so we were.
First game he started for us. I think he struck out 3 his first inning.
Yeah, so I mean,
Okay.
you know,
Well, that's got to be a huge learning curve for a coach as well, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you don't know who out there can do what moving up from coach pitch to kid pitch, and it's just you got to just kind of throw them out there and at practice and see who's got what and make an educated guess as far as who's going to be the.
But just think about this. So we're learning that in the fall, not the spring.
Yes.
So you have a 6-month head start.
Yep.
If you play fall ball. It helps so much, and it's helping Henry County All-Stars too.
Talk about that because we're going to take a break here in just a minute, and then talk some football and then more. Baby, talk about All-Stars real quick. Just tell us about
Okay.
how that's going and tell us about your team and who's on it. And
We had a warm-up tournament, not this week, last weekend, and they played Saturday, and they scored like 20-something runs both games, gave up like 3 or 4. They ended up winning because it was rain shortened, so they won the ring last weekend. This
Nice.
week they played Tuesday night. We lost to Martin, our initial game, 11-8. Played Thursday against Sabine County, won 20-something to 6-ish. Friday we won against Dresden, 11-1. Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning we got our revenge on Martin, 21-8.
nice.
And then at 12 we played right after that and lost a heartbreaker to McKenzie, 8-7. So, but like I said, most of these kids played either fall ball or travel. So that's why we're doing this.
Yep. Who all's on your team? If you get,
Real quick, Chance Green, Knox, Ty Davidson, Kason Pagan, Jackson Akins, Sawyer Spear, Knox Allison, Cam Beard, Kenny Lee, Jackson Henry, Elliot Cox, and Caden Johnson, coached by Jeremy Green, John Davidson, and myself.
okay. So you may have said it. When do y'all play again?
We play Thursday. I think the state tournament's Thursday through Sunday this week.
Okay.
So we're
So where will y'all play on Thursday?
Union City.
Okay.
Union City.
And that will be, is that considered the state tournament or is that like
Yes.
a qualifier? Okay.
Yes. So we're going to get our revenge on McKenzie if they're there.
All right.
Because we should be the 3 seed in the bottom half of the bracket against them, the 2 seed.
Yep.
So we plan on that, and we'll be ready.
All right. You gonna be ready?
Yes.
All right. 'Cause I do want to comment real quick on something. Your jersey you're wearing is from fall ball last year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I want to like, you don't see that very often. That's a good looking jersey with a Yankee across the front of it. I know you worked really hard. The last time you were here, matter of fact, you were talking about getting the licensing and all that to be able to have major league team names,
Right.
And whatnot with help from the sponsors like Josh and them. So same thing this year. You're hoping for, or
Yes,
we have, okay.
that's what the plan is. I've had some sponsors reach out saying I want to sponsor a tournament, and then I have to tell them, hey, we're not doing like springtime where we're
Right.
putting your sponsorship name on the jersey. This is sponsoring the league.
Okay.
And so I've had I haven't had anybody say no yet,
Sure.
but I know it's a big thing for sponsors. So, but I mean, the plan is that because I want it to be different. I want
Sure.
it to be different from spring because this is something that we're doing. It has no ties to the city whatsoever, outside of maybe using some umpires or something that
Right.
did stuff for the city. But other than that, I want this to be intimate and something different and fun.
Yeah. Well, it's just like you don't see, and it's a good looking jersey. Like it's not it's like a quality
For sure.
something you can wear even after you're done playing baseball in it.
Yeah, I went to Holmes and talked to them about that, and they were the ones that was able to use a company that had the licensing, and and I've kind of pitched stuff to him because he's my soundboard on just some different ideas.
Sure.
And we picked the teams. Of course, we had the Tigers, which he loves the Tigers, which I have that jersey too because we were the Tigers for Major League, but minor league. But anyways, I just like I said, I think this is authentic, and I think this brings excitement to the kids because it makes it feel more like baseball.
Yeah. No, I get it. And Josh, as a sponsor, obviously, it's really just giving back to the community, right? Like, I mean, isn't that like at the end of the day? Go ahead.
Yes, it is. We sponsor a lot of things with Chris, mostly because I know his heart.
Sure.
I know his heart and his heart for youth sports and what he does to put into the community here that most people never even realize. So if the least that we can do is give some resources to help with that, regardless if our name's on the jersey or not, it doesn't matter to us. That's just our stance on it. We just want to help because we trust him in his vision and what he wants to do here.
Yeah, I know we talked about it last time. How long have you been coaching youth league sports, either here or somewhere else?
Well, I started, I think, back in 93, 94 in Nashville.
Yeah.
And I started there. I coached my little brother in a youth league at
I was
Davidson.
2, by the way. I just want you to know that. I was 2.
Okay. So I started there, and I never knew I was going to end up doing it.
Yeah.
But I just coached basketball, and then, of course, when I had my son Braylon, like Dwayne, I wanted to coach him, and I coached him in soccer, flag football, and all that other stuff. And, and he continues to play basketball, but I just stayed with it.
Yeah.
And I've had years I've been successful and won it all, and then years I just, couldn't buy a bucket or anything, or, couldn't get a home run if we bought, whatever. But at the end of the day, just seeing those kids get that free throw that they ain't been able to get all season, or just that hit, that's it. That makes it worth all the money in the world that you could ever do.
I think you said you coached baseball, soccer, football, basketball. Just I know that like when I was coaching, when my kids were little, if we beat Coach Kirby's team, that was a good day. You know what I mean?
There's quite a
That's
few
a
coaches.
compliment, Coach. I mean that as a complimentary.
Right.
It was a good day if we were able to beat Coach Kirby's team on the schedule. So,
Well, I'm very loud about it, so for sure.
He is that.
guys, we got to take a break. We're going to come back and talk some more Henry County Fall Ball League and some Henry County Flag Football. It's going to be starting up here in the fall as well. With Coach Kirby and Dwayne Barnett, Knox Barnett, Josh Biggers. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back in 15 seconds. Don't go nowhere. Be sure to join us next Sunday night when we will talk some Outlander CrossFit with Josh and Izzy Simmons. Izzy is nationally and internationally ranked in the world of CrossFit. And so Josh and Izzy were in studio. We had to pre-record that show because Josh was celebrating a 25th wedding anniversary, and I think he's in Rome or somewhere like that. And so, but anyway, it was a great show. Be sure to tune in next Sunday night at 7:30 to see that one. But a great conversation about just health and working out and everything you can do at Outlander CrossFit with Josh and Izzy Simmons. That's next Sunday night at 7:30 here on SportsCast with Jeremy Buckelew. Mike Weatherford this week has the race for Benton County Mayor candidates. So tune in to hear from Scott Pfeiffer, Shasta Arnold, Mark Ward, and Norman Frazier. They will have a discussion on the Mike Weatherford Show. That's Tuesday night, June 23rd at 7 o'clock, live here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios. All you fine folks over in Camden, make sure you tune in to hear from your mayor candidates on Tuesday night on the Mike Weatherford Show this week. On the Tennessee Informer tomorrow night, he has G.R. Mobley. The founders left a plan, Reclaiming the Republic. And so that is Monday, June 22nd, again at 7 o'clock. You can find that over on the myparistv.com. Thank you, Kevin. I don't know why I can't remember that, but myparistv.com on the YouTube channel and on that website. And that's the Tennessee Informer tomorrow night. At 7 o'clock Central. That'll be live as well, I believe. And so another Keel Media production there. And so be sure to check out all those shows coming up this week. If you don't follow those sites, go give them a follow and a like as well. And listen, if you haven't followed and liked SportsCast, if you just tune in every week, listen, I appreciate it very, very much. But give us a like and a follow. We're on every social media platform. Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it is now, TikTok, Instagram. We're on all of them. And so go over to all of those places and you can see our content there. So Henry County Fall Ball. Coach, winter sign-ups for, I guess you're getting ready for that. I was trying to think, well, it's still the summer, but be here before you know it, right? So where can people sign up? When are the sign-ups? What does it cost to sign up? And
Well, right now I was hoping to have the website done today.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it online. That will be a whole lot easier.
Sure.
And
Okay.
so I'm still working on the website. I've got some people working on it, not me, but that's not my field. But nonetheless, I've got some people working on it, and so I was anticipating it to go live today, but it may be tomorrow or the next day, but I'm just waiting on confirmation. So.
Okay. Do you know what would be just henrycountyfallball.com or
It's
what?
going to be, I've already got the domain. It's going to be Henry County CO youthsports.com.
Okay.
So I've already got the website as far as the domain. I'm waiting on the other stuff to fall through so I can get it live.
We will link that to our Sportscast with Jeremy Buckelew Facebook page, and so I'll get that from you again. Don't let me forget to get
Yes,
that.
sir.
But henrycoyouthsports.com. So,
But it's not up and running yet. But I will post that both on the pages.
Okay.
Once I get that live, but I want to make sure it's live before
Sure.
we start.
Don't want any, somebody thinking they were able to sign up and something went wrong. Want to make sure it's tested and ready to go and all that, I'm sure.
Right. Well, it's
So-
not going to have. I mean, it's up, but it's not finalized because it doesn't have my logos
Gotcha.
and all the other stuff that I've got. We've got on both of the pages. We've got some new logos.
Okay, Kevin, do we have those? Do we have those photos that Coach Kirby sent in for us? Kind of go through those real quick. I know his new logo is in there somewhere, I think, but
I don't know if I sent it in to you, but I know it's on the pages.
okay.
But Lacey Watson is the one that came up with those for us, and she helped me last year. So, and I reached out to her this year, and she did that for me. And so we got those, and then, like I said, I've got another one that I picked out for the website.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's anytime. So,
Good.
but the biggest thing is that you know, and I've had some people reach out to me about fall baseball, girls wanting to play.
Oh, nice.
And I told them, sure, I'm fine with that. If, you know, they're in the age group or whatever, hey, the more the merrier.
Sure.
I'm not going to turn any kid down. And then going into flag football, you know, that's the same thing. Now, really, my purpose for that is, you know, last year it was in Camden.
I was going to say, I knew that they had a league in Camden and that a lot of kids from Henry County go over to Camden on Saturday mornings, I think it is, to play flag football.
Well, when I started this fall ball, we had some issues, and because I heard parents saying, hey, what time are the games going to be? And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, because we got to go to flag football. And I was like, oh, when is this? And then that's one of the reasons why I kind of started the season a little later anyways. Sure. And then I scheduled around that, and it worked perfectly, I thought. And then, you know, got to thinking about it. And George Cobb came to me at the end of the fall ball season. He's like, why don't you do flag football here? It's like, that's a good idea. And, you know, with today's gas prices and everything else too, I mean, you know, and money, you know, going there and eating out or whatever, we keep all that in here. So, it, you know, it works great. And I really would like to see eventually maybe a girls' league here too.
Okay.
For, you know, for flag football.
You know, it's becoming such a huge thing. Like, I don't know when it will happen at Henry County, but like for West Creek, who we play in everything else except for varsity football, I think they either won or came in second in the state in girls flag football. Creekwood in Dixon County, I know, won the state championship in girls flag football. It is now a TSSAA sanctioned sport. I don't know when we'll have it in Henry County because it's a fall thing, and with, you know, competing with soccer and all that. But it's here, and so if you could start a girls' league at it too, man, that would just, I'm sure that.
Well, I mean, you know,
off.
I don't want to. I hate to say, you know, I want to take away from soccer because
no, I get it.
But at the same time, too, I mean, if you can play multiple sports, just like I had kids playing flag football and playing baseball. So I mean, you know, I just want to. I figured that would give some of those kids that don't like playing soccer or don't like playing baseball, you know, and they love football, but obviously, you know, they don't weigh enough to go play to Pop Warner or whatever.
Or they're not old enough yet.
Yeah. So, you know, that gives them opportunity. And also, too, I had a parent reach out to me and said that one of their child was has some special needs type stuff. And I was like, sign them up. I said, we'll make sure they have a good time.
Yeah.
Because I got to witness that in basketball several years ago. And there was a kid that was autistic. And I loved it. And I got him for a few years. As a matter of fact, Josh's sponsorship, All Temp, was sponsoring my basketball team. And I loved it. And so, and then when this reached out about the flag football, I was like, I want all. I want boys, girls, everybody. I want all the kids. I don't care. 5 to 17. I want high school kids out there. I want everybody out there.
Yeah. So that's your vision for it? Is it like how many teams you want in each division, and what would be the age groups?
Well, I mean, I'd like to do like 5, 6, or 5 to 7. It just all depends on how many kids.
Can you sign up? Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the deciding factors. You know, how we're going to break down the age groups. But I'm thinking like 14 to 17 for you know what would be high school, and then maybe like a 11 to 12 or 12, 13, something like that. But, I mean, I won't know until all the kids sign up and just come play, flag football.
So how set is this? Is it happening for sure in the fall?
Oh, yeah.
Is it okay?
Oh, yeah.
So
it's just a matter of getting everybody signed up. I've already met with Tony Lawrence.
Okay.
I've got Eiffel Tower.
I was going to ask. Yep.
I've already got that lined up. I met with him last week. If this is as successful as I hoped it to be, I'm hoping that we have enough and plenty more to go around, and we'll maybe spill over into McNeil Park with like the older age groups and have them playing there, because obviously we're not going to be able to fit everybody at Eiffel Tower. So, I mean, like I said, I have a vision of what I want and what I get. It's totally two different things, but I mean, I was blessed with last year because, like Dwayne and everybody else that helped out. I mean, and if the kids want to play, let them play. I mean, it's going to be a safe environment. We're going to take care of them. It's not just about sports. It's about life. And that's.
Well, and so On sponsors, you good there? Could you use more sponsors?
Well, I mean,
make your pitch, Coach. I mean, here's your chance. Right
well,
here.
I've got I've got a lot of sponsorship letters out there.
Okay.
I'm just waiting on them to respond.
Yep.
I've got several sponsors on board so far.
Good.
Trollinger's has jumped on board with us. We didn't have them last year. I had Walmart come in this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was really surprised about that. And then, of course, I know
Sure.
I can count on Josh over here
Sure.
because, like I said, he's a true friend, and he has the same vision I do as about kids and the community and everything
Right.
else. I'm sure Ajax will be involved as well, like they were last year. So, and I have a few more returning. I've already, like I said, I'm sure TNT will probably be another sponsor. But, I mean, I could use more sponsors because I'm taking on more than just baseball. I'm taking on flag football.
Right.
So, and I haven't really scratched the surface on a breakdown of everything we're going to need because, just making sure that we got all the bases covered.
Gotcha.
Because, it's a different with insurance and everything else for flag football too, because it's based on how many kids you have. And like I said, we don't know what the kids'
Right.
number is going to
Sure.
be. Last year, I think it was 80 kids for fall ball. And, if we have 300 kids, for flag football,
Right.
so I have no idea.
I'm excited to see that because I think, I know that a lot of people, as I said, was driving to Camden, and you know that as well. And so to offer that here, is that 7-on-7? How does that break down? As far as,
it's going to be 7-on-7, and then we'll probably field the teams of 8 or 10 players.
Yes. Okay.
So that way, you can get rest, and and then I've already talked to Tony also too. I'm gonna have concessions out there at Eiffel
Okay.
Tower Park, so that was a concern of mine too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have that. It won't be through them. It will be something I will have to deal with,
Okay.
and be funding myself. But it's something that I want to make sure the kids get drinks and
Sure.
hot chocolate if it's really cold or whatever. Who knows? I don't know
You
what I'm gonna.
this fall morning, football weather, it may
Yeah.
be 35 degrees when you get up in October, whenever. I don't know when your schedule is going to start, but or
Well,
when you're going to.
I would like to start like I did last year, roughly about the end of August.
Yeah.
Go all the way into November.
Okay. So,
And what I'd like to do this year for fall ball, so we had opening day last year. I think I want to do an opening day tournament.
okay.
Still have our opening day ceremony because I grew up with that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen here. And I kind of want to bring some of my past with me
Sure.
and bring that. And I think I don't know how it is for everybody else, but his daughter sang the national anthem for us in fall. I know he loved that.
Sure.
I loved it, and having all the kids out there, and I think it was special.
Yeah.
And so I think I want to do that again, and then do the opening day ceremony to follow in with the tournament, and then that way we can kind of see where we're at, team wise and everything else. And then I think I'm going to separate it, so I'm going to have it like the following week. I think I'm going to do flag football that following week and have something special for that. I haven't figured that out yet because I'm used to doing this fall ball, so I kind of know already what I want to do.
You just got to plan it out. That's all.
But for the flag football, I mean, it's going to be huge.
Good. That's awesome. Knox, I assume you're going to play some flag football as well.
Yes.
Who's your favorite football player? Who's your favorite football team? Let's start there. Who's your favorite team?
I mean, me and my dad's are Detroit, of course.
Okay. So Lions fans. All right. Listen, they used to be like the dumpster fire of the NFL. They're the team now. I mean,
Correct.
they're pretty good as far as I love their coach. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. They're fun to watch. I was rooting for them last couple seasons, and playoffs get here, and they always just shoot themselves in the foot in the playoffs. But maybe this will be their year.
So Knox played flag football in Camden about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I coached 1 year, and the next year I assisted. So that we had 2 teams out of Paris. We had enough kids to field 2 teams, and I think 2 teams out of Brewston. So there is interest. We got nearby kids that want to play that don't want to go to Camden. So
Right.
I think there's going to be, and those are just the kids that wanted to travel. So you should have.
I think it'd be
5 or 6,
huge.
yeah.
I know, like a couple of years ago, when First Baptist did the Upward League,
Yes.
were you involved with that?
Yes,
and so,
I did. I did that with my
I
son.
figured you did. And so, I mean, they had more than enough most years to put that on. And I think that, we had a great time out there doing that. And so I think you're right. I think the interest is here that you probably won't have any trouble getting kids signed up to play some football because
he liked it. Didn't you like it, Knox?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about flag football? We had one primetime game. That was kind of cool because it was under the lights in Camden. But
I like the dart better than the whenever it's very hot.
Yeah.
And that's I know Pop Warner or Henry County Youth Football League. I don't think it's officially Pop Warner anymore, but I still call it Pop Warner. But they play at the high school on their last game of the season, and I think they play on a Monday night. And so I'm sure that a conversation with Coach Summers or Coach Wolf after you get that, if you wanted to do like a Monday night game under the lights at Henry County, they'd be more than accommodating. I don't want to speak for them, but I know
that'd be great.
That they do that for Pop Warner because I did the PA for it last year and enjoyed it. And
I got to play at Vanderbilt when I played junior pro.
Oh, nice!
And so I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
We went to play it, at Vanderbilt Stadium, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's just a memory of turf,
sure,
and wet turf.
Well,
it rained that day,
you're just out there on that stadium, like I said, the turf, and it's just different, and it feels like big time. You know what I mean? And so I know the kids love it when they get to go out there and play. But anyway, anything else about flag football you want to talk about?
Well, like I said, my main concern is I really want the girls to step up. I want to see some girls playing. And if we can field a girls league, I'm all for it. If we don't have enough, obviously they're going to be playing with the boys, and we'll sort it out, and make it, as even as possible. But I think we have plenty of girls, considering that how strong soccer is,
sure,
and everything else too. I think, and I think some of them will want to step up to show the boys out.
Yeah. So this is your logo for it, right? And you're going to have the same sign up on the website, henrycoyouthsports.com?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
So the way it's going to break down is I'm going to have you're going to have a where you can choose Henry County flag football or fall baseball or the coach's application as well, because all the coaches will have to fill out an application.
Okay.
So on the website you'll have all three, and then you just click on which one, obviously, or both. And then for those coaches, I've had quite a few people, already reach out to me that want to coach, and I'm like, I'm all for that, but I really want to make sure we got everybody online, so that way,
right?
I've got a list, because I ain't been writing anything down. I've just been like, okay, just wait to the website, because that way it tracks everything.
Sure.
And I got so much stuff going on between work and trying to do both of these that I don't want to miss anybody, and so if we do the coach's application and stuff like that, I think we'll be able to track it better. So, like I said, I'm waiting on that website, and then once it's up and running, we're going full steam.
All right, and that's your new baseball logo there for the upcoming season. And
yes,
again, same website. As soon as it's up and going, again, we'll link that, and then they can find you on Facebook too, right? Like you have the Henry County Fall Ball Facebook page and
yes,
group that people can follow along and see what's going on with it and get information from there, right?
Yeah. So of course I had the fall baseball page, and there's like up to I think 500 something people on it following it, and then when I started deciding on this flag football, I've got 300 something people already on it, and like it's growing. Both of them are growing daily because there's an interest in all this, because a lot of kids. A lot of parents want to get their kids out,
sure,
and like I said, there's no pressure with fall ball. You're not trying to make an all-star. You're not trying to, you're just having fun and trying to, get better.
Right.
One way or the other, and and like I said, he's seen the results. He's been part of it this year, and he's seen that this is doing what it's supposed to do.
Sure.
And as long as we can continue to do that, that's the end goal, is to make these kids better.
Yep. Folks got any questions about it, they can reach out to you personally or through the Facebook page. I'm sure Dwayne can probably answer questions if he knows somebody that's wanting some information, but just any question they have, just let you guys know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've like I said, I've had parents call me and say, hey, you know, I've had some people reach out to me from Huntington.
Yeah.
And say, hey, you know, they don't have a fall baseball league. You know, what are the nights? I said, well, here's what the goal is. I think we're shooting for Tuesdays and Thursdays for fall baseball.
Okay.
And, of course, practices around those and fitting that in. And then also, too, flag football on Saturday. So that way, also, too, with fall baseball, if we get a rain out, we can have it on Saturday or Sunday. So I think that's going to work out great for the schedule. It's what I'm shooting for right now.
Okay. Kevin, you'll have to tell me what that question is. I don't have my phone pulled up out here, my man. I'm sorry about that. So somebody on Facebook. Will there be a Super Bowl in Henry County for the Flag Football League? There you go.
Will there be a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, have a Super Bowl Sunday out there at the park or whatever.
Let's have it. If we're going to do it, let's do it at the high school.
Let's go. Make it big. Like I said, make it big. You know, go big or go home.
That's right. So, I mean, sky's the limit.
Early planning stages right now. You'll get back to them, right?
Right. Well, I mean, I'd like for us to get to that point. Obviously, fall baseball. That was something I learned last year. I was like, people were like, because the way opening day ceremony happened, everybody's like, I wish we'd have played a game and all this other stuff. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. So, I mean, I'm just learning on the fly and trying to give the best experience for both the sponsors, the coaches, and the players, and most importantly, the parents, because they're the ones that's, investing their time, their money, and everything else into their children, into the community, and everything else.
Yeah. Coach, I know you're doing a great job with it. The participation, like for your first year, you said you had 80 kids out there. I mean, that's a pretty impressive startup for a season. You know what I mean? And so continue with that. Best of luck to you. Anything else you want to highlight before we call it a night?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, it's because of the kids wanting to play, these coaches, like Dwayne and everybody else. And like I said, I can't thank the sponsors like Josh and everybody that steps up to make this, make this happen. I mean, at the end of the day, I just have thoughts and I have ideas, and it's up to these people that to ride along with me and ride this dream that I'm trying to bring back to Henry County and make just make it better for the community.
Well, I say it all the time, and I mean it, that it's such a special community. Like, you don't have this everywhere. There's so many opportunities for our kids to do so much stuff because of the community support that you get whenever you say, hey, let's do a fall baseball league, and everybody jumps in and is willing and ready to help. That's not everywhere. And so I know that you have a lot of probably sleepless nights and thoughts going through your mind and writing stuff down, but just, again, you do a great job with it. You should be proud of the work that you do. And for these guys, Dwayne here, I know, representing the coaches, but without them, there would be no league. Without the sponsors, there would be no league. It's a big community of effort to make sure that it all goes down. And I know you know that. And that's not like you're not doing it for the pats on the back. Oh, look at Coach Kirby. Look at all the great things he's doing. You're doing it because you want kids to have the opportunity to play a game they love and to learn it and grow from it. And you got a bunch of people on board to help you out with that.
For sure. And I mean, when you have kids come up, and I'm sure Dwayne's had the same thing with kids come up, you've formerly coached, and they come up and find, hey, coach, and they give you a hug.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best, and even if you didn't have the best season in the world, but just the fact that they loved you and they loved being coached by you and everything else in that experience, that's all the money in the world for it.
Well, guys, if you need anything, let us know, and we'll get the word out. And but I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. And again, it's a great league, great opportunity. So if you want to get signed up, as soon as that website is available, it's henrycouYouthSports.com. That's for fall baseball, flag football, coaches applications, all that you can find on the website. But appreciate Coach Kirby, appreciate Dwayne and Knox. You did good, my man, for first time on a podcast. You knocked it out of the park. You hit a home run. All right. Josh, Brett, all right. Appreciate you very much for, again, because without the sponsors, it's not possible, period. And so, again, check them out online. Facebook, the Facebook pages for both leagues. You can get all the information you could ever need from there, and then be looking for the website to come up and be ready to get registered for that, for players and coaches, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. Guys, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in next week. Josh and Izzy Simmons talking about Outlander CrossFit. That'll be at 7:30 next Sunday night right here on SportsCast Live with Jeremy Buckelew. Want to say a quick thank you to Mike Weatherford for letting us use his studio, Kevin Keel and Scott Norwood in the back, keeping us on air, and all the video production and slides and all that make the show possible. We appreciate them. The camera work from Scott, and thank you to our sponsors, The Peddler, TEC, Eaton Construction, True Green, Northwest Tennessee, Victory Lane Quick Lube on Tyson Avenue, Peppers Automotive Group, and Paris Volleyball Club. Again, without the sponsors, wouldn't any of this be possible, so I appreciate them. Guys, we will see you back live in 2 weeks when we'll talk a little bit of Henry County football, when Aiden Spellings and some other guys from the offense will be on July 5th. But again, next week, Josh Simmons and Izzy Simmons talking about Outlander CrossFit, 7:30. Y'all tune in. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other's. We'll see y'all next time.